Welcome back to Taking Action. I'm Chris Colombo. We got Anthony Conover. Early on, Anthony was my stats guy and my what we call
Social
media guy.
media.
You went to school for it.
Yeah,
This is what you love to do.
it's all I ever wanted to do.
All right, so let's do it. I've been a little hard on you because he is what you could call my protege, and he can't pick a winner without me.
Hey, listen, we're trying. We're trying to improve week by week.
No. You're trying to improve. I've been pretty precise.
Well, all right. How about we
Before
start?
the season started, I wrote down the Cardinals against the spread.
That
Right?
is true. 3-1 against the spread so far
I mean,
this season.
the games went exactly how I said they would go, but you have to agree.
Yeah, when you drop a couple passes in the end zone, or else they cover again, would be 4-0 against the spread.
Right. Matter of fact, this week, that brings up a point. Two things I'd like to bring up that's important to me is that in week 2, we saw the Rams with 1 second left kick a field goal, which is unheard of because they could have been blocked and run back. Is that correct?
Yeah, they claim that they kicked it for point differential.
And it ended up pushing the game.
It was
This week, we watched Mahomes slide
right at the end zone.
Right at the end zone when the move was. And the Rams said why they kicked that field goal is the points make a difference. And when you're going for the playoffs and stuff like that. Tiebreakers. Okay. So it would not make sense if that's the philosophy of the NFL to slide and stop. So they won, but they didn't cover. So I have great respect for Mahomes. I watched some of those throws look like something out of the longest yard. I'm not giving an opinion, but as a better and a bookie, I was a bookie no longer, ex-bookie, and the most successful one in history because I picked up things that you've noticed people don't pick up. I also predicted, even though I went against them, that the Jets would improve and their quarterback would come to fruition. You thought I was crazy. The other team you're going to have to watch out for, Aaron Rodgers would inflate the line, which I had said. With this quarterback and Aaron Rodgers is definitely he's under his expert tutelage.
Absolutely.
Last week I saw him take the handoff, hide the ball, make like he had all day with the ball hidden, throw to the end zone. He's starting to come to fruition. Coming into that position as a rookie is not an easy thing.
Yeah, he's improving. They showed a lot of that on Hard Knocks this year. The Jets were on it, and they were always.
Andy, one of the producers of this show, is a very big Jet fan. And he didn't want to hear it when I told him that this quarterback is not that bad and he's going to improve and get better.
I don't think any Jet fan wanted to hear after last season, especially. But hey,
listen,
everybody.
That's why it's America. You work hard, you get better at what you do, and we're trying to do the same here. My pick of the week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stood up. I don't want to reflect too much to last week. We had a lot of good wins. We had one blowout. The Jaguars we had, Detroit we
did.
Where we got Harry was the Kansas City Chief game, but I believe my formula for going against the spread or with the spread was right, and with the Cardinals, I can't go in the end zone and catch the ball for the receivers when they're wide open on 3rd and 4th and goal. They were wide open, and it was a 3-yard pass twice. I mean, it was right to them. I mean. But we move forward. Remember, it's important to forget last week. Okay, you're going to hear from me when I say opening line. Opening line. Now, the first 3 weeks, we had a very successful first 3 weeks. 4th week, my philosophy stood up, and my scientific and my formulas and my variables. The games went according to everything I said except for one. And there were some flukes that caused us not to cover the spread. Now, when you lay the points, the team that you're betting has to win by that amount of points. If it falls on the number, that's when you push. But if there's that hook, that half, there is no push. There is no break even. Take the points. That means you're getting the points, and you could lose the game. But if you don't lose that much, or if it falls on the number, it's a push or a tie. That is what I mean. So when I talk about the opening line, it's going to be very preeminent. And I use Don Best's line, which is hooked into every gambling operation, legal and illegal. It's the sharpest line out there. It will show you an opening line, everybody's line, so you know that the line's being moved on money or it's wise guy action. Let's go through the picks.
All right. Like you said, everything is from Don Best. And also, just for everybody to know, we record these, a little bit earlier in the week. So lines do move throughout the week and everything, of course. So these are the ones we have at that moment.
Right.
Thursday Night Football, we kick it off. Bears visit the Commanders. The Commanders were a 4.5-point favorite. It opened there. They are now 6.5-point favorites.
That's a 2-point move. That means that there is significant money from people that know what they're doing. Is usually what that means. Wise guys inherently stay away from primetime games, nationally televised, because it changes the complexion of teams who come to play. Bears a home team underdog?
No, Bears are the away team.
Bears are the away team. I myself lean towards the Commanders in that game. It's a lot of points. It was a big move. I liked it better at 4.5. 6.5 is more significant. As the line moves, it's like two different games. Remember that. Keep that in your mind when you're watching, because I'm coming to you. I'm recording on a Tuesday. I'm coming to you on a Thursday. But there's already been a 2-point move.
Yes. Over to Sunday, the Saints visit the Patriots. It opened and is still 1.5. The Patriots are 1.5-point favorites.
Right. That means there's no significant wise guy action. But my variables, I like the Saints. And what is the line?
1.5. Patriots are 1.5-point favorites right now.
Patriots are 1.5?
Yes.
I like the Saints plus 1.5.
I agree with that. We went over this a little bit before the show, but the Patriots lost another corner. They're down to about their fourth string. Best pass rusher, Matthew Judon, out for about 2 months with another injury. So dealing with a lot of things over there.
And I think the Saints are a solid organization. Number one. And
very good defense.
Defenses win games, and I like their special teams. Patriots are not showing me a lot on special teams, and they're not showing me a lot on offense. And why I like it is I give offense, defense, and special teams to the Saints. And I think the line is in our favor. I am go Saints.
This is another London game. Wake up 9:30 if you feel like it. The Jaguars are technically the away team. The Bills go out there. The Bills were 4-point favorites. They are now 5.5-point favorites. I know you hate the 5.5.
It's a dead line. I mean, what is it? It's not quite two
field goals, not
field
quite
goals.
a touchdown.
It's also mathematically a deadline. It didn't open at 5.5, so that doesn't scare me away from the game. When it does, the odds makers usually don't know what to do with that game. So it's historically proven. I stay away from 5.5-point lines, but the Jaguars have been in England now for 2 weeks.
2 weeks in a row.
That could work for you, against you. Who are the Bills playing the following week?
The week after that, the Bills are playing. Actually, we have the sheet right here. Buffalo. They play the Giants at home on Sunday Night Football the following week.
Okay. So they're getting on a plane. They're traveling. There's a time change that the Jaguars are already used to. They're coming off a win. I still lean towards the Buffalo Bills. I don't like to give up points ever. I'd rather take them, but I lean towards Buffalo Bills.
I would agree there. The Bills defense has been good, and that offense has been unbelievable. Everybody focused on Miami.
Let's go.
Titans visit the Colts. Colts are 1-point favorites.
I always like the Titans against the spread.
Okay.
I'm going with the Titans.
Ravens visit the Steelers. Steelers have a bye the next week, which I know is important for you.
I'm staying away from that game. Go ahead. Do you have any opinion on that game?
I think the Ravens open as 2-point favorites, so now 4.5. I would still pick the Ravens. You don't know who the
it's more than a field goal, and it could be close. Let's go.
Don't know who the Steeler quarterback
is. It's not it's a win with a field goal.
Texans at the Falcons. Falcons were 3.5-point favorites. Now they're only 1-point favorites.
I don't have an opinion on that game.
I love the Texans. Love
All right,
them.
let's go.
Panthers at the Lions. Lions started as 7.5-point favorites. They are now 9-point favorites.
Doesn't take a genius to tell you, figure 9 points, a lot of points in a game. I stay away from that.
Okay. Let's talk about big lines. Giants go to the Dolphins. Dolphins started off as a 9.5-point favorite. They're now 11-point favorites.
A lot of points.
Stay away from it in general.
It's just
okay. Bengals.
I have no words. You know, anything over 9.5, I think is sacrilege to lay. It's still pro football, and it's still that, when they're up, they're not going to kill themselves against a bad team. Got to worry about injuries. You got to worry about who you're playing next week. And not only that, nobody wants to come in and abuse another team. At the risk of getting injured.
Absolutely. Bengals at the Cardinals, your preseason team.
This is a wise guy game. It opened up. What was it?
The Bengals were 8-point favorites to open up. It's down to 3.
It's down to 3. And I love the Cardinals at 8.
Love them.
I was infatuated at 7.5. I was happy with them at 7. That's a game that has definitely been double hit. The money's on it. The wise guy's on it. I would have bet it at 8. And if I wouldn't go against it, but if you twisted my arm, I'd still have to take the Cardinals plus 3. But I love them at 8.
Well, I absolutely agree. Love them at 8. 3s makes it tougher.
I bet them at 8.
Bengals, believe it or not, worst offense in the league so far this season. Did not see
every
that.
week's a different week. Bad teams get better and people adjust.
Absolutely.
All right.
Eagles at the Rams. Eagles started off as 6-point favorites. They are now 4.5-point favorites.
That means the money's going towards the Rams. This is a Monday night game?
No, this is just 405.
2 very good teams.
Yeah, stay away. I'd like to watch it.
I love to watch. That's a good game to watch. I don't know if I put my money. It's explosive offenses, good defenses. Either team gets in a rhythm. Eagles is one of the teams. I like. To watch. They're getting a lot of controversy with that brotherly love push.
The tush push they call it.
What?
The tush push they call it.
I thought it was the brotherly love push. Whatever they're pushing, they're doing. I don't know. I don't think it's sexual, but let me tell you, I think they're doing good.
The Jets at the Broncos. The Broncos started off as 3-point favorites. They're now 2-point favorites.
Well, that just means the money's on the Jets. And this is what night?
This is just Sunday, 4:05.
Sunday, 4:05. I lean towards the Jets. I think the Jets are going to surprise you this year. And I think that quarterback coming to his own. Everybody thought I was crazy. I was watching him early on. He's getting in his rhythm. That defense is off the hook. Their special teams is rising to the occasion. I'd look towards the Jets.
Chiefs at the Vikings. Chiefs started off as 6-point favorites. They're now 5-point favorites.
I'd watch that game, and I don't think it's he could be up and then slide in bounds.
And then this is the Sunday nighter, a very good game. The Cowboys at the 49ers. 49ers started off as 3-point favorites. They're now 3.5-point favorites.
The hook.
The dreaded hook.
The hook. 49ers.
I'm
just scared of that hook.
I agree. Monday night, the last game of the week, Green Bay at Las Vegas. Green Bay, they started off as a pick'em actually, and now Green Bay is a 2-point favorite.
Home team underdog.
Jimmy Garoppolo should be back as well. He was in concussion protocol this last week, so he should be back.
One of the quickest releases in football. Raiders.
Home team underdog. That's all we got. Those are all the games. Wish everybody.
You have our picks. You have our story. Remember the advice that you're getting here. Watch the opening line. Watch the way it moves. Pay attention to the things we say because it will pay off in your betting and your analyzing of the game and to bet. It's Anthony Conover, Chris Colombo. This is Taking Action. And we're about the future, and we want to break the bookies back. It's better to milk the cow than slaughter the pig. Let's do both.